Marjorie Taylor Greene has had quite the arc these last few weeks, spiraling out of control while trying to vacate her own Republican Speaker of the House against MAGA wishes, notably Donald Trump himself, and has since gone on monologue after monologue, spewing nonsensical Russia talking points and why we shouldn't defend Ukraine. And it's a really good show of the Russian influence and the stranglehold that it has on the right. So let's start with her absolutely absurd talking points that she made most recently.
This whole thing is the most repulsive, disgusting thing happening, and the American people are the ones writing the check. And I absolutely hate everybody here that is doing this. I mean, I seriously hate them for doing this to the American people and paying for the murder and slaughter of people in Ukraine. Vladimir Putin has not said he wants to go march across Europe and take Europe. And the reality is Ukraine is not even a NATO member nation. But if you want to know something, Lloyd Austin and the others here, more than anything, want to send your uncles, your cousins, and your sons and daughters to the front lines in Ukraine, because that is the only country that for some weird, sick, and evil reason that they care about.
There's so much to get through here, but the weird, sick reason that we care about defending Ukraine is because, one, a country deserves its sovereignty and to not be dominated by a larger foe, but it's to keep our sons and daughters from having to go to war and put their boots on the ground. Quite the contrary from what she's trying to state, because we're not currently sending any troops, as she's trying to insinuate, just weaponry. And before MAGA started blocking Ukraine aid at all costs, Ukrainians were successfully pushing Russia back. This also speaks a lot to how much we should fear Russia globally. They couldn't even beat Ukraine's army with our weaponry, let alone how much of a threat should we see them as. As for what she says about Putin and, oh, he hasn't said he'll do this, so we need to trust him and take his word for it. Putin also said for months, like multiple months, he wasn't going to invade Ukraine. And then he did it, and now he's saying he's not going to take control of it, and then he's going to do it, and it's this and that, and he just keeps pushing the line further and further to see where he can get it. So maybe not the kind of person that you take at face value, but I'm just a biased lefty, right? Let's see what a lifelong Republican and Ken Buck has to say about her comments.
My experience with Marjorie is people have talked to her about not filing articles of impeachment on President Biden before he was sworn into office, on not filing articles of impeachment that were groundless on other individuals in the Biden administration. And she was never moved by that. She was always focused on her social media account. And Moscow Marjorie is focused now on this Ukraine issue and getting her talking points from the Kremlin and making sure that she is popular and she is getting a lot of coverage.
Donald Trump showed MAGA the playbook where, and granted, he was pretty famous before the presidency, but he utilized that fame mixed with the presidency to skyrocket himself into maybe being the most well-known man in the world. And now every MAGA gremlin that's followed him has tried to follow suit, and Marjorie is no exception. In hearings and when they're making legislation, it's all about sound bites that she can get and post on Twitter. She brings in the graphics of Hunter Biden naked. It's owning the libs, supporting Trump at all costs, and whatever gimmick will get her a lot of views, like the Hunter graphic, or dressing head to toe in MAGA gear and Laken Riley gear and demanding Biden says her name at the State of the Union, a name that she conveniently never mentions anymore because she's too focused on supporting Russia to talk about that.
Oh, it's not going to work. I'll tell you right now, Larry, I'll vote for President Trump even if he's in prison, because he's an innocent man and he's the only man that can save this country from the communist regime that we find ourselves under.
I would bet good money that she cannot define communism. If she could, she would know we don't have a singular communist policy. But again, it's just a catch-all term for these people for things they don't like. This is like cartoon level theatrics. She is seriously, this is like Facebook meme, right? She's saying, I'll vote for Trump even if I have to say free Trump until Trump's free. Like, it's ridiculous. This is never someone we should consider to be president. It's not about politics and what's best for the American people anymore. It's this weird tribalism like you see in sports, and you're going to ride till the wheels fall off. And she just wants to see her side, her team, beat the other team. And that's it. That's all she cares about. Politics in this regard has turned into this kind of like pseudo-intellectual warfare. And I'm sorry to tell the right, but MAGA is gonna always be outgunned in that department. But boy, do they try. If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We are pretty left-leaning on this channel, but we're open to our right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that get everyone to the bottom of the truth. If that sounds like something that could interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button. leaving us a like, or even commenting on this video. We even have memberships available as low as $3 if you'd like to support, because the only way we become a society is together.